quick interview regarding what happened in the National Assembly just recently. It could be observed that the minority camp decided to walk out from the chamber as a result of the vote that was taken on the certificate of urgency on the former President's Bill 2023. It could be recalled yesterday, similar votes were taken on the bills that were presented. Our position on the certificate of urgency attached to the 4 bills that were presented to the President, to the National Assembly for consideration. The idea or the reason or the rationale behind it is unjustifiable and unrealistic. The fact that the National Assembly has just less than 2 weeks to have the ordinary session, and the fact that we have important committee businesses, and the committee session is supposed to end today, we believe we should not be at a haste to call an extraordinary to treat these bills that there is no justification for the urgency. And yesterday we attempted to put them through. As I said during my deliberation, there is no provision in the Constitution that the President is supposed to advance reasons why he is calling for urgent laying of particular matters. But onus lies on the National Assembly members when they are in receipt of the request to analyze whether actually that requires that urgency. And if not, we put to the President, no, there is no need for this urgency. And that's why it is always put on board for us to decide on the certificate of urgency. We decide to convince our other side. Unfortunately, they could not listen. It doesn't mean that we have no interest in yesterday's bills that were later, but we were very concerned how they will be treated if we decide to proceed with the certificate of urgency. And of course, we were vindicated. If you look at the reparation bill, it appears we were given a fresh drafting in the bill. The amendments that were made, some of them were not that consultative and were not carefully done. We believe if there had been thorough consultation as we earmark, if the bill should go through the normal process, it will be referred to relevant committee. The relevant committee will do thorough consultation. The input of the outsiders will be captured. And now it will be a committee property. The committee will lay down the report, and then if the report is passed, then the report will be guiding us to do the necessary amendment. Instead of the manner in which we were doing the amendments yesterday, that did not do a good work on the bill to the best of our understanding. And that was our fear. The worst happened in the ban of the ban from public office bill. If you look at that bill, you will see complete redraft. The bill was completely subject to redraft entirely. That means it was put to us to bring it. And if that is the case, our fear is that we will not be doing justice to the bill. And if that happened yesterday, we underwent that yesterday, and the same thing is going to be repeated. It is their number they count. Now they can do whatever they feel like doing. What happened to us yesterday will not come here and sit to repeat that. This reparation, we are very much concerned. We wanted the needful to be done on it. That's why we supported the certificate of urgency. We opposed the certificate of urgency. But since that failed, we want to capitalize to put our input diligently at the committee of the whole house. But this we did not realize. And to continue today on the former president's bill, we don't want to associate ourselves to anything that we feel will not be done for the best interest of the Gambians. And that's why we decided not to take part, because they feel we don't have the number, and we don't have the number. They will use their number always against us to do anything they feel like doing. Will not be a party to that. We would like the bill to come the normal way. We give it to the relevant committee to scrutinize, do necessary consultation, report back, and we put the input of the people diligently. Already there's an act as far as the former president's bill is concerned. In fact, one can question the implementation of that act. What is prompting us to repeal that bill when people don't even understand whether that act is existing? We are not making any new law as far as former president allowances and all other benefits are concerned. The act is there. Why do you want to increase the allowances that is there, 50,000 to be received by the former president, to allowance that should commensurate with the salary of the sitting president? When he's not sitting, he should receive the salary that the sitting president is. I'm not saying a former president should not be supported. Yes, humanitarian support should be given, but the support that should not be at the detriment of the Gambians. This is what we are saying. Should not be attacked. That's why we are saying the bill should be thoroughly looked into. And what we are seeing here, we are not the only people who can do that, because we are working with our political lenses. And we will not be a party to the group that will use the political lenses to vet a bill. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank the press for attending to us. Like the minority leader have already said, this is a bill which we cannot just allow for it to pass the way it is brought. As you know, as he said, there is nobody who will say a former president should not be supported after he or she has left office. But the principle where supporting of a former president come from is from the United States. Eisenhower, when he left office after 2 terms, eventually became bankrupt. And when he became bankrupt, the Americans don't want to see their president loitering in the streets and begging or asking for loans here and there. So they come up with a bill to support presidents that leave office 2 terms after leaving office. And that is the principle that brought this former president's bill. That's where they copied this from. Now, but the whole situation is, like he said, if you bring a bill as important as this, as complicated as this, as controversial as this, it should go through scrutiny, proper scrutiny. We should call for experts. We should call for civil society to come. We should be able to also consult our people, because this is going to be taxpayers' money. After a president leaves office, you create an office for him of all, the way he wants it to be, to his comfort. That's what they put in the bill. Secondly, you give him salary equal to the president that replaces him, which means that you will have 2 presidents receiving salary from the Gambian taxpayers. Also, you will give him 3 good vehicles, and you will give him chauffeurs, drivers. You will also give him security. That president will have, that former president will be so powerful, and he'll start loitering in the streets and working, trying to move on people's public highways and blocking highways and so on and so forth. That is something that we can sit in the National Assembly and formulate and come out and tell our Gambian people that we want to support a former president. Also, our tradition is different from other countries. We should be able to scrutinize it in such a way that we find out what happened if the president have 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, because that is our tradition here. If we give allowance to the first wife, you give it to the second wife, you give it to the third wife, and they say till death, until they die, they should be receiving the salary. Is that justice to our Gambian people? Is that justice to the taxpayer? This is why we don't want to sit there and talk about defrauding the Gambian people, because this is defrauding the Gambian people, and we will not be a party to it. That's why we move forward.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. We don't want to keep people long. We don't want to make a long press conference, but we want to update the Gambian people the reason of us margin out. We don't want to give legitimacy to something that is not, there to the interest of the Gambian people. We are lawmakers. We know we can add and cut, but in a situation where majority will use their advantage to make a law that will not favor the citizens, as alluded by the minority leader and the and Honorable 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒆𝒍 of PDYS, we will not subscribe to that. So we thank the media, we thank the members for the bold action that they have done. This is the way we can promote our democracy. Thank you.
Local language.
Mari.
Quickly, ala baraka bake. Moli ajele député bunla minority caucus même UDP aning PDOIS. Il est député funda kabin tumo menna aning some independent candidates. Kabin tumo menna e bilona de même president kotola bilol. De lo me akendi ndol fundi ta wala nyinti ko membe bilo kono nte manso wala katon yemmo nati me alon kala president fa e bandi a jirin ko la ko ya jola me alon ko ani membe sirin wo ek kilinti yese ko danga la musol fane be alon sol dile la fo janni be fala anun ko so awe af nyam to la tadi nyam muso kesi muskili muso la fo musaw fo nan soto non so be ke mol la kodota taxpayer tel international be ka menjo nga cika nga wodi mola me alon ko ay do ko kele fa retired amanna dawo fana wam nyim bilo ko ne ko nata fana lafta tala dawo da sanko no sinya kilim banko lafta tala fo nyolaje isa sambaje wodda pasol sembo war bakta ka dundi gambe dingul kan wala kenen tul ko nte ndabula no lañin kacaawon katum me yatinam funde nata nun ko ninga kumol fo isi tano solo bar mobel ko parliament ka tamani nombal la ni ale ñoo sabak kula doron ba fa sa alal bulo wul du tel be damen sa NPP la mo tanin sawo jele tombo mol mo lulu bi jele independent mo lulu fanam bi mo ko so ni nga ka bulul to wata doron bentel gena wala kan bari nte fembo ni no mala fi ntel ngam fan dablo ko mumeke so dani loi kuru me tama kan di sebe kuru lo kan bi salon ko United Democratic Party ani POS ani some independent candidate ntel datije wala ken ni funta chambers ko ala baraka wala
jërë ngeen jëf asalaamaaleykum ñu ngi leen di nuyu yéen ñëpp si jotaay bi ñu nekk nii si liñ nekk nii li ko waral mooy dafa am benn bill bu ñëw bill bi mooy former president's bill bi ñun ñu nekk fii muy di minority dañ gis ne amoon na yeneen bill su nga xam ne daf dee ñëw te nim dee ñëwee mooy comme nu ko fi gaay waxee waxkat yi dafa am ay sarta yi mu war a jaar su ko defee dinañ ko gën a seegaat ko gis ne dina mun a sut askan bi waaye bi yoon wi dañ ko indi boo xam ne dañ war a toog si moom tey jeexal ko tey te gis ne yeneen bill soo xam ne yu important comme di anti corruption bill boobu tam buñ sooy def suñ demee si committee of the whole house dañ dee gis dañ ko dee dok nu mu leen neexee bi nga xam ne ñun suñ kaddu du fa dee taxaw comme démba rek bi ñëwoon tam démba reparation bill bi gis nañ ko chief justice ak bi nga xam ne mooy koo xam ne moo amee luwaay Gambie yëpp daf dee war di teg oote benn panel pour seet nit ki ndax war nañ ko mun a génnee si place am pour mu méngoo ak yoon waaye ñu génnee kooku teg fa keneen ba association bi tam soo seetee suñ ak suñ am yëpp removal from office or any other board or anything ba association dafa dee nekk am fa representation so yooyu yëpp ñu génnee ko loolu lu ko waral mooy dañ dee vote te suñ voté ñoo ëppa doole ak beneen mooy bill buñ indi nii tey seega nañ ko seegaat ko man dafa fekkoon dama tukki woon waaye fi ma nekkoon riit naa ko gis nañ lu bari mu fa comme lu mel ni nga war a defaral former président bi an office war nga ñoo wax office boobu lan mooy taxawaayam yaa ngi understand ba pare nga war a jël kër tam jox ko di former président so su dee yow da nga bëgg a address pension issues there is already a pension scheme in the country yaa ngi understand te ñun we should all be treated equal président bi lana tax mënut a benefit from the pension scheme yéen looluy seen éene pour mu mun a benefit foofu kon war nga ñëw wéccuwaat loolu ngeen dugal ko fi mu enjoy pension comme nu ko ñëpp di enjoyé ticca boobu nekk Fuladu fële ne le dafa liggéey ba wàcca jeexal liggéeyam mu ñëw nekk a destitute comme ni nga bëgg a protecter di président noonu nga war a protecter di teacher so lii mooy woon suñu yëf so dañ gis ne there is no need for a certificate of urgency bill bi dafa war a jaar through the right process su ko defee comme doomi réew bi tam wax si su ko defee expert si wax si su ko defee committee bi ñëw table ko at the National Assembly su boobaa dinañ am bill boo xam ne dina serve the purpose kon jërë ngeen
Thank you. We now call on Abdou Sow of Kombo East to also speak in Fula. Abdou Sow, you're welcome.
Yo, ajarama Honorable Suleiman Saho, National Assembly member. Bandiraɓam fulɓe mi salmini mon ɗo e National Assembly. Minen décision bo min ƴetti o hande ko wadde match out yaltude e National Assembly chambers o gila nde min poti dañde sitting hande woni extraordinary sitting bo président yamiri ñaagi tori National Assembly gila hanki yo min mbaɗɗum ɓe gaddi biluji ɗi ganduɗa minen minority o min jiyani urgency makko ko taki miɗen mbaɗa o bill min ƴettambo onda emergency extraordinary min mbaɗi ɗum protest kono nde wonno minen assembly yarata ko nombaji ɓurɗo hewrede ko on yadata e konngol min gari min mbiɓe ɗum ɗo jarani ɗum par ce que miɗen gara dañde sitting ordinary sitting next week ko waɗi on gaddani biluji ɗi mbaɗon ɗi yimɓe jaada heeɗi next week fere wasa wonde min goti ɗum ɓe ɓuri men hen doole min jeeyi kadi min mbi bil galɗi ɗi hanki yoɗi nawte rewe e laawol par ce que foti rewde ko laawol biluji gaddaɗi ɗi fof no gandirɗon laamu waɗi ko dosɗe exécutif o gila ɓe ƴetti TRRC gila waɗi recommendation makko totti président nde jiiɗon ɗum e TV o heɓi ɗum o joddima mum lebbi kewɗi omo ɗum sayto minen ne somen so yettima men so yontande men ari minen ne min poti ɗum ko rewnude laawol kono ɓe mbaɗani ɗum ɓe mbi yo men keño min mbaɗa ɗum hande min gasna hande min jamira hande nden somin mbaɗi ɗum wayno minen ne ko konngol mon min jeddi par ce que min lamdaki mon meɗen ɗo meɗen mbadda e mon min ƴeewi biluji ɗi ɓe gaddi noon min tawi biluji ɗi no heewi ko ganduɗa koko fotno jooɗede yimɓe jewtida ɗum ƴewtindo ɗum jangguita ɗum ganda ko woni hen mbaɗa ko foti ko par ce que wona neɗɗo waɗante ko leydi Gambia waɗante minen noon minority o woni United Democratic Party PDOIS e some independent candidate members min jii ɗum ɗo koko wona laawol te wona laawol ko foti wonte fotani wonde min kaali min mbi yoɓe gartir min duttita ɗum e nder assembly yara e no fotini yaaru min keɓa ɗum min jooɗo hade min badde hen décision min kaala min jewta so min jii ko foti hen wahlite wahlite ɓe mbi wawa won yo fof haale hande gasa hande neɗɗo noon a wawa fewjande neɗɗo porsa ɗum mbiya ɗum yo wat ko ganduɗa ko an miijo ma waɗi minen ne ko miijo men min joguiti ko miijo men min potno liggade nder ɗum noon hande hanki nde ɓe mbaɗi ɗum min mbawa sansude hen biluji gaddaɗi hanki fof no mbaɗi ero no mbaɗi folt ko ganduɗa no fotano jooɗede haalde yimɓe rendi ɗum ko yimɓe leydi ndendi ɗum yewtide kono noon on waɗi pass te waɗi pass e wonani e welamma men hande noon ɓe gari kadi ɓe gaddi ex président bill woni kala président jooɗiɗo e leydi Gambie en gasnuɗa aɗa foti no poɗɗa jooɗoro e leydi he already bill mum na joguino 2006 bill on ne joguino président jooɗiɗo yalti fof no foti dañde jobdi ko yoɓate ujunnaji 50 e goɗɗum e escort makko e goɗɗum kono noon ɓe gartiri ɗum ɓe kesɗitini ɓe mbi président fof so jooɗima immima goɗɗo lomtima ɗum kam lomtaɗo jotto kadi wayno président woni a heɓat jobdi ko président heɓatno joga escort mo président heɓat keɓa auto ji ma tati rewɓe ma jooɓe tottiɗa galle hitande fof aɗa yaha holiday ɗo welma e aduna he laamu ngu kadi yoɓma eɗen gandi leydi Gambia ala ndin jawdi min mbiɓe ɗum wona ko foti wonde gartire yimɓe jewtida ɗum min ƴeewa ko foti ko wonde wona ɓe mbi wawa won nde men gandi noon doole men mbawa ɗum minenne min jotta ko min ceetana eɓe mbaɗa ɗum e guite amen e tawde amen ɗum ko gonɗi men woni komin jiɗata te min jiɗa ɗum wonde ɗum noon waɗi hande subaka minen fof min kawti konngol min mbaɗi match out from the assembly min tawetake nde feere bonde on jarama.
So we thank you, the press. Thank you.
Sorry, Honorable, I finance because one by one again. Honorable, yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, hello. Yeah.
No, atekela la dekunda sabu constitution be diamal Gambia bele mina tinan National Assembly UDP independent and impedwise match outa minority da diamutale chief diamuta c'est swipe tourol be diamuta bilo nying a manke binti melanko nyanta jibela hataji tokono ben time na talafolo nga jibe what this bill is about because former president's bill abejela already don't understand ito lefta bilo ni loi ni banyam pour que loi ni sembo warandi ka president wala soto sembo warandi anabuta office so ndonga jele ko ndota no process ni kono foni bilo na normal national assembly we ngadi comité ya jibe comité diam gambian collier ya diam molier men yalon ko wala ka kodo wala mu taxpayers money pour isa fonye nyanda bilo ni kala nyame ban do le national assembly pour ga bilo ni treat mam mol consultation ke both public and civil society organizations so basically wala nga bilo ni reject sa ngi dama letu holo kono fen diate yake ninga trambe holo kono ninga memfo iket lolo nsa sigembe nga bilo ni njibe baran tonga fen fo obuka dum tulo kono so wala nan tol fintin nan sai muro itamuru itasubu fen diate yakeje. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kamaraba officials, Honorable Kandelam. Nanyin decision minta nata on behalf of our electorates because the nimbina nying fonkoto belonging na kumo fon na moliele na consultation okel komi ilafta nyim below lenadla do ilafta nadla under the certificate of urgency but na feedback me from my constituency wolam nyinti below nyindal itul malafi anata nyamen ay nawo nyama so what decision no follow nata jang we have a caucus with our minority leader and we unanimously agree that this is the best way in Seminkino Kapfinti because Ninsitaji we are not going to do justice to the bill because kunun najele very progressive provision millialongo TRC Act kono start akabe falim because you're numbers so wala nanding be na nyin decision order under the leadership of our minority leader. Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, assalamu alaikum follow. Big nga press conference min kejang mi yalon ko na honorable minority leader honorable Alaji Estabo mi yalon ko aya lead pour kaje ko ka tandi Gambia non la munum koti mi yalon ka nyanta tilina munum to nyata mi yalon ka nyanta sabati la Gambia kono because ntolla parliament Gambian parliament sa embe opret kan nyami ngaje ko nga politiko samba ko be kono la politiko faeta asembo e wara na Gambia dingol ti mi yalon ko wolle carte fayni na alla carte fayo ala kumaya bitlo camps bi jele min yalan ko wolma wala kuma yaay tandi imal muta fenti imal muta ko alla kango nyonta sabatilale imal la fanko jube mi yalan ka nyonta kala banko dingol la nafati bi ni ya jube Gambia kono jambi mano anim baluwo fengo feng mi yalan ko mano tulo jabo fengo feng abeda be ko yari jande bi ima wo consider ima Gambia dindingol la karango jube bi mi yalan ko karambungol bi ni tata karambungol to ya jube example fanka kala example ka felle wo mu fenete mi yalan ko tol ngamira executive inyonta lolo wono mal kaje ko munika dindingol felde because the last result mi yalan ko grade 12 folder results ni minkata nyi sango kono wo results ni mambete at all but nga expect la ko man sakunda nyonta bulalo wono mal pour kaje ko the executive pour kaje ko dindingol la karambuna mune lakta ko mo mune manki je mi yalon ko anyonta replace la pour kaje ko karambungol la londol ka kenu nyamin dindingol ka example pass no nyama ay ke wo nyama musolu min yalon ka tolbe gadi nolto alma empowerment soto alman da ha soto je ni senelal jube bi jamado Gambia kono Gambia la jamado ka fale jamado dajita anyonta tambila nyinale adama jihane bi parce que ni ya jube bi senelalu man kayro soto no ni Gambia jube bi na tiyo mi yalon ko Gambia la fanko mo wolete bi wo tiyo bi ni Senegal ye tiyo doku bata ken sango la katreje parce que muna kake na neighboring country wolle kanana ikana dung Senegal la kanana ka dung Gambia kono kana tiyo sankasi ka kasamba which means bi wolle la banko dingol kalamata fo ikana dung Gambia kono kana tiyo sakasa na masakunda bu kana tiyo sano ngamri ñu be mu fenete mi yalon ko nyonto wolbe jube lale ye mira na police meni yalon ko ikaritaya wo police la pensiono bi jello moti bari president o nala mol ma wo consider teacher solu ika retire wol mu jëlete bi Gambia police or the service security personnel ni retire ta bi the only thing kamin ke wala nyata kataka security yaka mol la cordal ñun mu fennete min ala kam ñana kala bi ye pensionol jube ye driver jube retired driver ni ya jube ala pension abukata tambe $1,500 sista nyimbala fa wartale bali president ko ye moto diatala president ko ye moto diatala mi yan ko moto saba ala spouse yejo min kata ala musolte pour ye wolta yejo ala dindingol yeta yejo hani fo ala dimba yalo nata fo na ala musol baby ta holiday la sango kono sinyakli yo fanata ya dépense sa in Gambia where are we heading to as a nation tolbita kam muntole sa judiciary milan ko tanata parliament jango wo bay mo importance be president no dala katami judiciary le mimbi atnambe judiciary tabela be president rota accept la and already there is an act bijele mi yana ka bije 2006 loi lo mi yana ka be sabatiri ne kay tandiko president no na ayala 2 terms serve on in president no min botaje at least anyota benefit la fennale fo hani bi woma president no wasabang hani bi woma president no nala mol wasabang so banku dingolu mini yalon ko forol be batala ibe koleatala ibe ko be tala bi na nyel felen na bakono bi na neighboring countries anim banku dolu kane ka dunna bako ne kan ñewul mutadiyati ñame ka sike kata wafi gam banko la fanko aning president lo la bilomi yalla ko ya samana banko it is not in line with the economy of our country so therefore United Democratic Party nga wole ko ngaje ko tilimbali ya anin tilingo bla lari na banko dingol kan so ngo to nyale sabati ni pour kaje ko na banko dingolu na fanko nyim pray sabati ay tani silo le mi yalla ka ñon tatala bi ni na banko kan jube ntol mo député leti député le kullo soto député bun konon ta lolo no nyanga befo bari butun nal kan na sittings follow banko la fanko be dammi bi abe boyrine to nya fo sitale fo nga fo woto nyonta fenne mira la nyonta fenne consider ni aje gan judiciary le bilo bay judiciary le bilo ma important president tati president le bilo ma important judiciary tati bar banko dingol la nyatota banko dingol la fanko banko dingol la daha nga wala jube woto president no fana nyonta wala jibe la radandan kana ka campaign ke ala molu min be député bun ko ka campaign ja pour kaje ko bilo mu fenne tay support pour kata because mono mo itole majority soto because already a majority sole and some independent candidates many alloke late kang so in ko itoli majority la soto so say bulbulindo damay tole bawul la député bun kono bari man tar loi sobe tamane kan Gambia nole woto United Democratic Party dingol and some other independent members and PDOIS ntole ko we will not be part of many alloke be loi kurungo dadala nyim banko kang because we respect the citizens of this country and we la fanko nying and we la nyatota nga wole sula so ni loi kendo be dedala wolu United Democratic Party will be part of it pour kaje ka loi kendo deda nyim banko kan apraka bak
yes yo ibe question on ask am fo sira okay baraka bake adama kamta ko bi yeminje jambi wolom yajelo ko minority side majority of the minority side be work match out tale kabri mutu malamina ministre be bilo mi samana na bilo mi be juber kala loi sabatin la former president o mi mbotas man sayala anyanta mul le sotla ba jani kadu woto nsina commencer kabri kunu katun kabri kunu ne nyim ko commencer ta bari na siyo nyin ika fole extraordinary comme ming mantra national assembly la kalenda kono ni president o ya sembo constitution o banko loi sembo diala section 101 section 3 pour na ko jube mi alonko akumayata kaje komin ko ala fa loi ke o kola ate sarto dolbi mi alonko ka sama ka gazette ka tuje fotil tanni nani ate tambe abobe bypass lele asa samano national assembly le pour ya ko nyin jube ka fo le certificate of agency so loi nyin oni wo certificate of agency le bina banana dafa nan speaker nyin anyan abe national député ñinin kala pour les carte fay wo certificate of agency ka jube ko président ko ñimu hawjatu ko le tanyanta kelale al d'accord ta falman d'accord wala kata mol la position de kunum min kata reparation bill mi alon ko mol min alon ko la njuro soto dol fata dol baramata ya jamale maralo kono ibo wol nya vitala nyaari le be compenser la nya wala bilo folo nat carte fay folo min kata je ndo la position mo ñinati ko o bilo nata nyami
among correct among jarinung certificate of urgency la tumando bato mo jama sa fako na UDP ka mo social media UDP ya wolle man hani na position mo mindi ka carte fay no minna amang ke comme bilo fay fo nga jube fon kana jube hani bilo mo certificate of urgency koronto kuole bije bam fo koronto kutuje emergency kuole bije kaje ko nyi nyanta kala luwati le bibi ka to sartol min bije wala nyinde ko ni wo certificate of urgency nata ni bo luwa tamandila ko be ndakala klikli wala ay banti klikli fente tabla o samo alba samu ka fume luwa tunkun sabasoto first reading second reading and third reading wo be ndakala klikli wala ndola nyo sabo min tije ko wo yo kuol simfal min nyanta kala je ni ko bo be kala klikli wala itina ku kala je min correcta itina ku kala je min be mol nafala itina ku kala je min be banko nafala tol ko no bidol be ay munu samanan fenti je mi alon ko a jarta korondol katum kabrin 2017 18 ñu la report pareta man sakunda be siring imang reparation bilo nati na molbe fakan molbe alon ko mun ranju mun batata ñu ko kono i fata je wo mo yudi pin kolleti ana ñu jama molbe fakan mo jama fata ibe siring ñu loi bu ko kan ni tol sida foy tol ko yela korosido ke kuol beke inara ko min ko say mina loi samalna fo ñu ndaka tilikil na di loi bu ngala bam pour ko jube o man correct ni man say ay expert hol samananka ko study ay ku sonsuru ndoke ay mol nyininka député bu ngo fana nyandaka modol nyininka ye victime sol fon ndol nyanta ke ko manno jan ni atara ko ye bido ni samananga samba committee to ye victime sol nyininka ye mol nyininka munum expert ta ko kono ka jago la njur kana suto bilo nyinto wala keta na lodla tan nje bar kabrin nata boyje ye nganye bari itolle siatandi kaje ko nga ke tilikili ngaje ko nyimbilo kumaya tan nye bakela kumaya bata nyele nte wok no haktu no la bi mbe sila nga sacrifice ngaje ko nga impact just reparation bill la kunu wala na kaje ko Suleiman Saho no into la timol be mbakata kan ko dol faling pour ka ko dol ka mexo ko ikana ko dol faling ba dina rajube ministre fa dako ni reparation bilo victime sol ya ini wala ya doku ani victime sol e fo be min be kije kunun kabitol sita yewul be bondi jel folo panelo minyanda ka commission mol tombong minyanda ka commission auto panelo minyanda ka taraje ba association mol nyanda ka taraw paleno kono ni ministre tafawta pour ko bondi je e ba association bondi jele ye local government association of local governments yol samanaje kato mol be alno ko ba association they are always critical of the government. They are fighting for social justice, so it's uncomfortable to have bar association there. Yeah, family. Ni bota auto. Inata fenkoto panelo bije mi ango komi ni mansa mol mimbe commission kono. President de sembo sut no la ke bay. Abe bay no dalili sabalela. Ni amari ma I competent among incompetence wala I ala doku nying a master sabaka indaka samba nyamin ani anyon dalili sab. Président sa bayno wala bare ñin dalil sabol be président te bayno la foni ye committee londi min yanda ka investigate o committee ñing chief justice de ka ko ñaton court pour ay kay independent ko politico kana tamanije sa wo min yanda ko investigate o chief justice lo ñaton ko ya yo fonam buruka yo bondije iko yo di minister sa minister ba président la ko so minister yanda ka mo tombom min yanda ka tara o panelo ko sa ministre be jumal to mo nambe president la kango sosola yaje yo lanjuru so kunum ngo ni ku yasoto nyim yi pareson biloto kadu athlete nan tol wakilta dun ka taraje bara ngaje ko na taroje amang ma katano kaje ko min ko ikana lanjuru ya lanjuru le li pareson bilo kunu ya lanjuru le ngo bi wota kelaje bari bi former president wo ba make sure ko aita di normal process kadum koronda kutuje president koto mbulu jam president koto mbulu mo ya jammel to be equatorial jine anu luwale bije minko president koto nyanta jolale mantara o joka e mantara moto di kala e mantara essence di kala amantara man sala bun kon so luwa bije le bara la jama mantare mun kan mun fan kan say mune koronda kubuje fo be luwa ko to samalna pour president juma say kadum baro man ji folo baro be 2026 fo jata koronda o man jata certificate emergency urgency leje say mol ko lo nyininka Baro is stepping down, not Abijila Fang, 2026. So this bill should have gone the normal process. Aita yananang ya samba on the 13 ordinary session commence ni bilo internal num ina ngari fatu du committee experts consult ye gambenol consult ye bol nyininka kadu fenyimalo mbilo ko mi yalon ko among taxpayer payasol febo président mi yalon ko abota jel say ina o président jo ani salali mimbe bolaje iba jola wala comme président mimina ani o bela jewbe kanal so hani o président la jola fata comme like sanyi lulu ko la fango ni président la jola fata président min botaje aritata o fona nyata jolo nyata fala ibenda kanal jo o kakilo motano an wori sin kilo la atina nga judiciaire ntol ni tol be kambenta nga judicial bilo judicial fenko servicemen ila bilo nga fayban because woko ike jo fo sio down ka security di la fo sio down ka bungo di la fo sio down president fanan ka jo fa sio down ka bungo di la fa sio down ka security di la fa sio down ka moto saba di ala and wala o motol sanyi lulo abe falinal moto ko lebe di la say o moto o nyandaka fuel by the state I maintained by the state ay ndaka tama kata bantala banko kan isa musan sinya killing ala dam nyata kata holiday yo ni mo na kala na bita ay ndaka protocol na ndaka kata weda janno fo janno protocol service tout personnel security for cooks and all that is wo be dol biye manya dol biye hakilo bukata no barano be fon dol be molle jam dol be na sira rek fo ngol na raw sa imagine kilo mo mol ni nga man carte fayla ni nga man carte fayla ni nga man expert ni nga ga siwo ko kilo ngo tabi ngo o tekla ko min correcta an ko be judicial bilo ni kon andi be mo organs of government mo na ngol bali nyata di la president wala president ma korsi so you long quote mi be kere wala to ko baydi inte fem fali no le bulu baydi la campus le independent dol soto la coalition soto so we could much so the siege no ni la fa de na brasatara dol mo participer nin damajo biye de responsibility but gamen salon ko intol mon be siri intol bota ndati je sama because ngajelo ko be fom fen kala jata kala di interest of people ona findina ni mu rek saka fe ko munu be je e ka fom tabi e buka ka tabi mon kam to lealo bare manta tabi kam for the interest of the people wala en findina je UDP call and do call ani independent living for fla pour ka ko ndata ko ye continue ha abar
Bakabake kamara ba officiel kumi nga ko nyamen na bakonto anina modol ko kandol to na extraordinary session wala commandita kunun anin bi bara extraordinary session millata nyato wala mo nyanta birna nyanta wala kacala kataji kamba All Victim Reparation Bill 2023, the Ban from Public Office TRRC Bill 2023, Commission of Inquiry Amendment Bill 2023, and new form of President's Bill 2023. President le kalo jaka ko hata kono ngim bilo lumwe ngejure in ulo di population akada nyindal min kam birin tol nganyje ay barandi bak nyal wala fa ko président si candidat kenole dire be moy si anu atajo fanan si sotono jele producteur be moy si bare duwa fanan katu dibdole fanan bulu ka jibe fo kanin doni amu hataji kuleti bam fo manke hataji kudi warna askeno hataji kel nyanta hataji la bam ngawo ko nga taman fo man na yanna hataji la ngawo ko nga taman o fanan do dibdole lebul watna ning siyo nyum kumasita wala ka nyin gar fot fon sonta nganyim ko nga hatay ranto fon man son nganyim ko nga ke hatay en tol nyin biri nyin karo nyin kelanto ngame itane ko nyin kolum man nyanna kala hataji tu kuti katun kullamu men ya lon ko nga foko national assembly fele tili danta ñaato doron mbe siyo commencé la ni ngatara mbe na sila oto ñin bilol sina ni natan sa juube anu ni nga juube nko pour nga je ko ku kendo e tama kan ñanta dila na komtilla ni nga dinna komtilla na komtilla be funtila e molu ñininka mune mula mirolti cibarol min mantara je min ko cibar kummal mu ani be biloñi ba nafala be banko mol nafala ni e menu sodo ino report binal report ni sontala mbe wollel tala mol lafita meye keje warambe ye boje ngawol keje waranto ni bondije bare nim mawo ken komba hatay to kela nin komba korondo to kela lafta men nanto to sotnoloje ka ke korondo nyin koro ndol man songolla kunu na carte fay itol jama ko na korondo to ko ni wala mo ya commence nyamen ne be sidala ya ban fereng ite tunkun sound la tunkun ba be kila o dum kilnela ni ajibe o koliyata ba kay brim manganye hanimbi wakilta ko ngaraji be sula ni ngatara jibe ro ke tembo mento fo kube no la kaje ko menu yanda falne falin menu yanda la fale la fa bar nga jibe ma nyamen kiraje nyulu e kartale kaje ko ito lafta men na oliyo keje na mandan kula mi alon ko be d'accord ta men na ni o fo o sitano bar ku dolu ina kanale kaje ko way dundi je anu ni nga hani nyum man nyanna kala je kela nomma nyin ila siya ko le jibe kaje ko way dundi je anna ni ku ya ngas masalang men soto wala fintita kunu sakura billabo ngamen jibe men keta men nyanta molu banna men mo masakunda do kulate ke banila do koldo aybe falindo men kraje nsabe ko buko nyin asafe kutal oto wala hetani ko buko nyin kronto do ku aketa wala oto molu nyanta consult la nyamen amma wo soto ka safe ku ke o dingrato masala warta bakel ha safono de luwa men fundata kono de asimo masalam no korondo ku do ko manke do ko mi yalon ko as kendiano ni yaji be bunda do be je mi yalon ko ay masalam bake ni be mo bon im president be mo bondila ala do ko nyinto ko comti le nyanta lola ko comti nyin wala reporto abe wala tala ka bondiro but keep justice wala be ko comti nyin tomban safir lali ha safi wala nya bari na national assembly dorong e ko ngawo fale na keep justice bondi je nga minister keje ko minister ni president sudi ala nyolal de kamo bonde ala place wala mol menyanta wo o ko nyin kiskis la ni ko minister tala pour ko wol tombon o ko nyin de asimo kutuma finnode o to keep justice safir lali menke ngawo tuje wala mol tombon wala kiskis wala jinke in kiskislo men di president wala asita moy ko hanni yo falen do nyinke o yekko nyi waye masla baake o bunda si falu kawol falen o falen nyaani nyama ngaje ko nit ko be nyamen na silamul kila jamaay kawle jube oto soma ni nata in kukil ngol be tarlebul bar bi ni aya tarambi ta na landrol be laare nyaminna bil folo men nyantan nala dito o weke la commission of inquiry amendment bill lati 2023 labaw nyande kala former president la bill 2023 bari bo kede ya kunna fali former president ya wala folo samana e natala man commission of inquiry amendment bill nyinna ngaje ko to fere tabiri wala mo nyitti o président former président bilo nyin ntul ko anyanta hakil maya lale a chalmu build mi yalon ko a jarata hakil maya la ka tambe nyin bilo mo me bela kunu memmun na lodulati bilol bela karola ko amanya na kala koronta kuti nyanta wato talalan ka jibe nyamen o jibe nya ka molu bulandije ko wala nyanta kela nata ngawle porɗo lañin ta hon kana ke koronto kuti itol jama ko hani na tamminde man na gagné woto oto nim man gagné woto kunum men latan kan pour ka falindol ke man na ñafa soto ko laftala ñamenna ay ka fani sa ko do man ngol be bul mel liata ñambe wala kala oto silang ni tol lebo kala ni tol te tarnolo tol man lafi ngasi no batum membe diale yo keje si men kenol do si fudi te mola elafta men kala ji ya keje barin tol te tarla wo ku kono me ya lon ko be kule kala men anin silo silo sitano oto kamala in bilo men kita former president la bilo nyinti pour ka fako ngaw koronto to ke mine koronto kube je former president kin wolbe kere lu a fon be jele men ko former president nyanta de maro soto lale o de maro fanal be je fo wo former president kilo be kere fa go soto kanne mol mawlo o lu a fon mol fon malo akunna fa mol malo so ni be luwa nyim bondila be luwa do kela mennu wo mulunta nyata amara mol nyanta faham la wala le bantela mol nyanta faham la le atol fana memo diptol fana alla fahamu nyanta war la e ko yen samba karandirola kam fahamu ndi bilolla o ka kele ni jama be je ning fengara nka wo training so te lale oro be ka tinna de ni anata madinna komtilla na komtil yeta ya mol fana nyinin ka na ñine kan ko bilo ñin kol min be je a ñanta hakil ma yalla le fas de maro ma ñanta dilla president ko to ñina a ñanta hakil ma yalla na hakil ma yata tu mando ko ya ko ñamina a president ñin a ju sol sula nga tra botala president ya ñina aussi soto no je mambala wala par kana don ka fako ngawo keten tindo na tari ando te ko amanyan na kila wala nyama membe je abe tamaka nyamen na nyanda o kiskis lale atamaka nyadile oluwa membe je sabe jele ko tama nyamen nyanta o kiskis lale fannalu menu falinta la farol kitaje dalili ji maratine be la far nyanta fanan kiskis lale dol mamira tol dam maso kiskis lale ngel tumando ni dol ko makala nka politiko fannala jubi min na political interest wala ka jubeje bar ni mo bandala mo lul hakil ma nyinin ka wala hakil ma to mando woni political miroji mbikana wana kudo beje manyana da nan tol di tol dam bala mirol banda fanna mirol nyanta kawta anu reta no la ni ma samba komti relevant komti ya min nyanda ko di bela ay ko di aya bibe ni mon na lo lati wala tinna bi fundita tutte mola ka be je mfeko amanje kude miyalon ko anyanta hatay to kala annun ni ko ba hatay to kala e nyanta men kala je ni ta soto nola ko ta manjara ye fambula o kula membe tamaka o nyama mina mun na lo lati be mo betel plan be
an se nyinen ka kuma kelen sai ngalon ko majority la ko puesa ngalon a tout findita and move out sai mit to take full the mass will be tano la bang because of their numbers
ha yalla birim go je sai membe je koro foi koro soro ni atara tol fanan men yalon ko mbebe minority mbelo tan sunna manna do la nyinta bi ila momen nan kam woni membe je askeno ete nan kam be sura la menna pour meeting o tantan ito wasoto no bar dol mon lankam warad na birum botaji wala folo jibila foye mo nan kam wasoto la ka tantan meeting wala bang foye ma solo ona ta solo nu wasoto nota si tantan no ya luwani ya jibe ya tabbiti.
Thank you so much. Alton min bebe jibe kan badan male janne for wate koteng ala barga comme ya fa nyame rek Melbourne National Assembly right now wala APRCT MPP deputy and NRP
some independence. Ala baraka bakal nal badi ma Adama Sane wala bali National Assembly yang ka report kamara ba official